Hey everyone, John here, welcome back. Sapphire 2025 is out, and one of the roles that I have for every new release is to create some presets. And one of the things I felt was missing from the previous version of Sapphire was a realistic lightning strike, and that's using Ultra Zap. So I've created a preset called Lightning Strike for 2025. And what I wanted to do was walk you through in After Effects how to set a few keyframes to make it look even more realistic. Let's take a look. Now I've already set this up with keyframes. I'm going to use this as a guide for myself. Let's just preview that. So I reckon that looks pretty realistic. Obviously you can make tweaks once we've set the keyframes to taste. So what we'll do is we'll just leave that open, or I'm going to leave it open. You won't have that. I'm going to click Control Y or Command Y on Mac, make a new solid, and just do a search for Ultra Zap in the presets and apply. So there's my default. Load preset in 2025. Here's Lightning Strike. You can see it has the tag 2025 there. I'm going to click load. Now it's actually, the control point is from over on the right hand side, but of course I can just change that at any time. Just bring that like that. So that's going to be just like, permanent electricity. It's like a permanent electric bolt there, but we want to make a lightning strike. So you can see these are the parameters that I've modified. So I'm just going to find those parameters and isolate them. So there's bolt width and we have bolt length. I'm just going to click keyframes on those, and zap brightness. So I'm just going to type in brightness, zap brightness, and the last one is branch length. So I'll just do a search for length and branch length. So now I can just press U and just get rid of those keyframes for now, okay? So I've soloed all of those, or isolated those. And first is bolt length, okay? So we'll set a keyframe for bolt length. And we're going to have that bolt length here go for about 2 frames, okay? So what we'll do is we'll set a keyframe there, and bolt length is at 1. So we'll come back to the beginning and we'll make that 0. So we just hide that one and it shoots out like that, right? So I thought that was the most obvious parameter to animate to create a lightning strike. All right, so next is zap brightness, and the first value is 1, and that's at 3 frames. So zap brightness 1, let's set a keyframe, and we're going to go forward 1 frame to 4 frames and make that 0.9. 0.9, and then we're going to come back up and make that 1. So we get a little bit of flicker there. Now, next is branch length. So we'll come in line with that first keyframe. That's at 2 frames. And that's 0.4. So they're a bit long to start with. So we go 0.4 and set a keyframe for that. Come to the next keyframe, which is at 6 frames. And we'll make that 1. Like that. So they shoot out as the bolt length increases. Like that. Okay, the last one is bolt width. So bolt width is at 6 frames, so a value of 3. So that's the default. But in order to get rid of the lightning bolt, rather than animating the length back to 0, I thought bolt width was a good one to animate. So bring that down to 0. So it's out at full size, and then it just shrinks down, the width shrinks down, it disappears. There's a few ways you could animate that, zap brightness, but I don't think you should animate bolt length. I mean, the lightning strike wouldn't come out and then go back in again. I thought bolt width was a good one to animate for that. So with that set up, just do a little preview. That's what we get. And of course, now that that's set up, if we wanted to make another one on the other side, we could just duplicate that and just select it, move it over to the other side. If you're trying to set up a sort of a cloudy scene where there's various, multiple lightning bolts, just like that. That could come down here. And also what we could do is change the seed. So change the random seed, just drag that value. Don't want it too bright there. Looks pretty good. And there's another one. And of course, you could go in and you could play around with the brightness. You know, Ultra Glow is what's being used to give it that glow. You could, you know, increase the threshold, just knock that back a bit if it's a little bright in certain areas. And you can see also that we have some atmosphere in there as well. So you could adjust the atmosphere, make it a little more cloudy. I included the atmosphere because it makes it feel more like it's, you know, lightning within clouds. I think that would sit really well in a cloudy scene. And of course, you have other control points too. So if you wanted to, you know, bend the lightning, which is, I guess, a little unusual, you could do that as well. But that's how we do it. So if we just offset that one slightly, now we could trim this one and just preview those two. And we've got to make sure I have them both turned on, just like that. And of course, you can go ahead and make adjustments to taste. To learn more about Sapphire and what's new in 2025, visit borisfx.com, where you can also download a trial version. For now, this is John. I'll see you in the next tip.